Dear beloved soul, recognize that your encounter with these words carries profound significance. This is no mere coincidence or random event. You have been guided to this precise moment in time for a purpose that transcends ordinary understanding. The divine hand has orchestrated your presence here, at this exact intersection of time and space, because something sacred awaits your attention. This moment demands your complete presence and undivided focus. Should you turn away now, you risk missing the very gift that has been specially prepared for your journey. The path stretching ahead requires your full engagement in this present moment. Take a moment to center yourself, beloved one. Allow your breathing to slow and deepen. Let the restlessness within you settle into stillness. Understand that these words are reaching into the deepest chambers of your soul. Your openness to receive creates the necessary space for the divine gifts intended for you. If you sense a stirring within your spirit, a quiet calling that cannot be ignored, then remain present with this message. What the divine has prepared for your journey stands ready for revelation, but it requires your willingness to embrace it. Recognition of your unique design. Consider for a moment the hands that have carried you through life's journey. Hands that have toiled, sought wisdom, overcome obstacles, and borne burdens. You are far from ordinary, precious soul. Perhaps the world has attempted to diminish the light placed within you, causing you to question your worth or lose sight of your authentic identity. Yet in this sacred moment, divine presence arrives to help you remember who you truly are. You are essential to the grand design, and this is your season to walk fully in the purpose originally intended for you. Your arrival in this world was more than a simple birth. It was a deliberate commission. You entered existence carrying a specific assignment that remained hidden until this appointed time. That time has now arrived. You have sensed it recently, haven't you? That profound stirring deep within your being, that gentle pull toward something greater than your current circumstances. This sensation is not anxiety or unrest. It is the awakening of the life specifically designed for you. You have consistently followed a unique path, processed experiences differently, and perceived truths that others missed. This was never a flaw or deficiency. Rather, it was preparation and training. The challenging routes you have navigated served a significant purpose, equipping you with the resilience necessary for the journey ahead. The time of awakening. This moment marks your opportunity to remember the person you were created to be. Your purpose is not to blend seamlessly with your surroundings or conform to others' expectations. Your presence is meant to carry divine essence, to bring understanding where confusion exists, and to fully embrace the specific calling assigned to you. You possess sufficient inner strength to persevere and adequate discernment to follow divine guidance. The same spirit that has directed faithful followers throughout history dwells actively within you. Your background holds no ultimate significance, nor does the skepticism of others define your worth. You exist in an era where clear direction is often scarce and doubt is widespread. However, you stand at the threshold of a new work being initiated through divine will. Be assured that in the approaching days, a fresh season marked by clear understanding and favorable opportunities is beginning for you. Divine presence is becoming more apparent, and those who are prepared will witness its unfolding. The end of waiting. If you have experienced a sense that matters were temporarily suspended, interpret this moment as confirmation. The period of delay has concluded. The deep longings of your heart have consistently reached divine ears. They have been safely preserved, awaiting this specific time for their manifestation. In the days ahead, remain open to the unexpected. The freedom you desire is closer than you perceive. positioned for you to enter it completely. Maintain vigilant awareness during this period. Observe the subtle leadings, the moments of certain knowing, the unexpected shifts in circumstances. These occurrences are not random, they are divine indicators. You are currently in a phase of completion, and the course specifically prepared for you is approaching. This understanding is not rooted in arrogance or self-importance. It concerns the fundamental nature of your being as created by divine will. Your distinct purpose. Expressing the specific calling entrusted to you is not vanity, for the scope of your calling is genuinely significant. The reason you may feel misunderstood is that your perception of reality differs from those whose understanding is limited by fear and conventional thinking. You have consistently looked beyond immediate appearances, beyond suffering, beyond the noise of the world. Your presence is meant to illuminate even in the deepest darkness. This explains the resistance you have encountered. The strength positioned within you becomes clear when you embrace the identity fashioned for you. This is your appointed moment. Cease hesitation, silence uncertainty, and stop attempting to justify the course prepared for you to those unable to see their own direction. The essence of your purpose already resides within you. Your only task now is to permit its natural emergence. Understanding your spiritual assignment. Your presence in this world is not accidental. You were positioned within this specific era of history with clear intent, not through random occurrence. This signifies that you are an individual sent with a particular mission. Your very being carries an influence that transforms the atmosphere of any space you enter. You bring illumination where others remain in darkness. You are among those specifically designated for this particular time in history. Your true identity is not defined by the descriptions others have assigned to you, but by what divine will has established within you. When something originates from the divine, its nature cannot be fully grasped through rational thought alone. It requires spiritual comprehension and validation by the divine spirit residing within you. At this very moment, your inner being is remembering and becoming fully aware of its true nature and purpose. The experience of being different. Have you ever wondered why you sense you don't entirely fit conventional molds, as though you are navigating existence while observing it from a unique perspective? As if you arrived in a reality to which you don't completely belong? That deep internal restlessness, the perception of being unlike others, is not merely psychological. It resides within your spirit. You have experienced being different throughout your life because you are, in fact, different. Your inner being has consistently perceived matters before your environment acknowledged them. You have experienced emotions profoundly, perceived with unusual clarity, and carried significant spiritual weight. This is because you were not designed for an ordinary existence. You were designated for divine purposes. The world attempted to make you feel alienated, but divine perspective identifies you as one meant to guide others. The suffering you endured was not punishment, it served as preparation and training. You have been misunderstood because you are genuinely unlike most others. This explains why certain individuals are naturally drawn to you, while others instinctively distance themselves. Your presence brings to their awareness something they are not yet prepared to confront within themselves. A season of heightened awareness. During the days immediately ahead, this period carries particular significance for your spiritual journey. An increased awareness of divine presence and direction is now accessible to you. Be receptive to unexpected positive developments, moments of distinct insight, and the opening of long-anticipated opportunities. Within the coming days, you are positioned to receive understanding through inspired thoughts, instances of certain knowledge, and even significant dreams that are not coincidental but divinely arranged. The Divine Spirit is actively communicating, orchestrating events, and sharpening your spiritual perception to receive these messages. Remain alert during this crucial time. This approaching period is not meant for distraction or casual attention. It is designated for you to receive what Divine Will offers. Create stillness in your environment and your thoughts. Engage in seeking divine presence through prayer and meditation. Reflect deeply and listen attentively. Pay careful attention to each distinct thought and each moment of inner certainty. For what you receive during these days possesses the potential to direct the entirety of your future existence. The arrival of answers. You can cease striving to find the answers you need. They are being brought directly to you. Those moments of hardship you endured were not meaningless. They were shaping you for this very moment. Feel the shift in the spiritual atmosphere around you. The freedom you have yearned for is not somewhere distant. It is within reach right now, waiting for your acceptance. As you truly embrace the truth of who you were created to be, circumstances around you will begin to realign themselves. What you require will come to you naturally and effortlessly. Unexpected kindness will manifest. People will perceive you differently, recognizing the unique radiance placed within your spirit by divine design. You are releasing your grip on pursuing things that were never intended for your journey. Instead, you are creating space to welcome what has always been held in readiness, specifically for you. Inner transformation. Within your heart, your emotions will discover a profound peace. Where uncertainty once clouded your mind, clarity will emerge. The power of old pain will diminish its hold over you. The places within you that felt broken will experience a draw toward wholeness and completion. This transformation is occurring because you are finally living in alignment with your authentic being. When you live in harmony with the person Divine Will created you to be, all aspects of your existence must reflect that truth. You do not require validation from anyone else. Your immense worth has already been established by divine decree. Even the challenging moments you experienced held purpose within the larger plan. The path laid out for you is filled with profound significance. Releasing limitation. Release the hesitation about the capabilities you have been given. Stop concealing the inner radiance you possess. This divine light is revealing itself right now. Soon you will observe things you believed were unreachable, becoming clear and accessible. What has slowed your progress is now yielding. Barriers are dissolving. Unexpected blessings are arriving with such velocity that your spirit will be filled with wonder. You have waited sufficiently. You have shed enough tears. Every silent prayer offered in your sorrow has been heard, and now the answer is approaching, not quietly, but with undeniable power and presence. This is not a moment for experiencing lack or limitation. This is a moment for embracing abundance and fullness. Do not look for just one blessing, but prepare to witness multiple good things arriving simultaneously. The call to action. Move forward with inner certainty and unshakable confidence. Speak what is on your heart with deep belief and conviction. Take steps without restraint or hesitation. Do not keep yourself contained or limited. Enter completely into this divinely appointed season. This is the specific moment designed for you. Feel the profound importance of this time. The urgency you may sense is not born of anxiety, but of the rightness and perfect timing of divine will. The capabilities you have been given were not intended to remain dormant or unused. Perhaps you have been waiting for perfect circumstances or until you felt entirely prepared. But divine will does not require you to be flawless. What is asked for is your readiness to move when guidance is given. You are complete exactly as you are in this moment. If you do not move forward now, certain outcomes will be altered. Specific doors will not open. Others who are meant to benefit from what you possess will not receive it. Urgency of the moment. Use the gifts you hold. Speak the truth placed within you. Go to the places revealed to you. You need no additional proof or confirmation. This message itself is the sign you have been seeking. The moments are advancing. It is not too late, but the time for action is right now. See this as direct confirmation, a powerful summons to rise up and step into your purpose. When divine signs are given, they are never minor or insignificant. They carry divine assurance and authority. Do not let fear silence the expression you have been given. Do not let hesitation block what has been prepared for your path. This message comes because there is complete confidence that you will respond appropriately. Therefore, respond now. The outcome from this point forward depends on the steps you choose to take in this moment. Opening pathways. Routes that seem closed are now opening before you. Things that appeared impossible to reach are now within your grasp. Speak positive outcomes for your path. Live in alignment with the intention placed within you. Release the fear of falling short. That feeling does not belong with the person you are becoming. The period of waiting was part of your preparation, but your future is certain because of divine assurance. You were made to advance, to grow, to exist in close connection with divine will. You have not been left behind or forgotten. You are precisely where you have been positioned for this moment. Affirmation of readiness. Declare these words aloud. I am ready. I am moving forward. This proclamation acknowledges that the purpose for your existence is older than your pain, more powerful than your questions, and vaster than your fears. Every experience you have encountered until now was preparing you for this moment. The sadness you felt, the times of loneliness, the difficult tests, they all refined you and made you ready to carry responsibilities that others could not bear. The time for taking decisive action is now. This is not a period for remaining stationary or passive. This is a period for demonstrating the truth of who you are through your actions and choices. Your eternal nature. You were never meant to remain confined or limited. Now rise, speak truth, offer comfort to others, lead with wisdom, bring forth new realities and establish firm foundations for others to build upon. When you look at your hands, see beyond their physical form. See them as reminders of the enduring strength placed within you from the beginning of time. Have you ever sensed that your inner being has existed longer than your physical body? As if the deep understanding within you comes from something far beyond what you have been taught or experienced in this lifetime? This is because you carry more than inherited characteristics or learned behaviors. You carry a remembrance of your divine origin and eternal purpose. You are not merely learning something new in this moment. You are remembering something ancient that has always resided within your spirit. Divine authority. When you speak, people will listen with unusual attention. When you enter a space, the spiritual atmosphere will shift. As you express your authentic self, you will bring order to chaos and birth new possibilities. Others will feel a stirring they cannot fully comprehend or explain. This occurs because you no longer need to describe or justify the power you carry within. You simply live from that place of divine authority and authentic being. This is the time to honor the deep, enduring part of your spirit. Your hands are capable of far more than simple physical actions. They can manifest significant spiritual outcomes and lasting change. You have been given a distinct inner light, and now that light is stirring once more. Do not ignore it or postpone responding to its call. Step fully into its presence and power. Spiritual sensitivity and discernment. You are made distinct from others, and you have always felt this truth deep within your being. You navigate difficult moments in your own unique way. You can identify falsehood where others might miss it entirely. You have always felt things deeply and intensely. But this emotional and spiritual sensitivity was not a sign of weakness or vulnerability. It was a connection to unseen spiritual realities. When others depended solely on logic and rational analysis, you followed the quiet inner promptings of your spirit. When others demanded external evidence, you possessed deep inner knowing. You see potential in others before they recognize it in themselves. You sense the spiritual atmosphere of places and situations. You have an inner awareness when significant changes are approaching. This is not simply emotional sensitivity, it is prophetic perception of what is yet to come. And it lives within your thoughts, your spirit, and yes, it flows through your very hands. Purpose through adversity. Know this with certainty. The difficult experiences you have navigated were not random hardships, but purposeful lessons. The struggles themselves served as guides, showing you where to direct your steps and energy. The reason the testing felt so intense is because the purpose held for you is correspondingly great. You were not designed for an easy, comfortable path, but for a life of excellence and significant impact. This means every challenge you encountered was specifically designed to help you become the person you were meant to be. Sometimes you needed to step away from others to gain clear perspective on your direction. You walked through dark seasons to discover the light placed within you. You faced internal struggles to step into the abundant life originally planned for you. Yet throughout every phase of this journey, you were never without divine presence. You were being carefully prepared for your ultimate purpose. Understanding divine timing. True victory is not found in a single dramatic moment, but in how you live each day with purpose and integrity. It is a settled way of being that emanates from within you. You are not lacking in strength or capability. You must simply remember the power already equipped within you. Step into every challenging situation now with complete certainty and confidence, because the difficult times were not sent to break or destroy you. They were sent to reveal who you truly are beneath the surface. This was all part of perfect divine design and timing. It may have felt as though nothing was happening for you, despite how sincerely you prayed, worked, or believed. The path ahead seemed perpetually closed or blocked. But you must hear this clearly. You may have felt overlooked or delayed, but this was not a sign of being unwanted or forgotten. It was a deliberate, purposeful pause in your journey, the preparation season. That pause was not a consequence of wrong choices or divine displeasure. It was a season of intensive preparation. The significant work planned for your future requires an inner strength that cannot be developed quickly or easily. This has been about perfect divine timing. Had opportunities unfolded sooner, the weight and responsibility might have been overwhelming. Those openings could have pulled you down rather than lifting you up to your intended level. But now you are truly prepared for what lies ahead. Now there is a deep peace resting upon you. Your understanding is sharp and clear, and your inner being is firm and stable. Consider those quiet seasons when nothing seemed to be happening visibly. Though they felt still and even dark at times, they were absolutely vital to your development. That waiting period sharpened your ability to discern truth from deception. It taught you how to hear gentle divine direction above all the competing voices around you, and how to step forward in faith even when you couldn't see the next step clearly. It built a deep, lasting trust within your spirit that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. From preparation to commission. Now, having been tested and refined through difficult seasons, you are prepared to carry divine light into dark places. Do not regret the pause or the waiting. Be grateful for it. It was creating within you a person capable of holding and stewarding the extraordinary. Because of the significance of that preparatory period, you are not simply ready for what comes next. You are commissioned and sent with divine authority. You were created with a purpose that will not fade or diminish over time. Every ability you possess is a vital component of a larger divine design. Your capacity to create, to guide, to understand others deeply, your unique thoughts and insights. These are all essential pieces of a greater work being accomplished through you. Nothing in your life has been without meaning or purpose in divine sight. Living in divine alignment. Know that your steps are guided with precision, and even the turns that seemed unexpected served a greater purpose. Divine wisdom flows naturally when you live authentically, according to your true design. Therefore, you must fully embrace who you were made to be, without hesitation, reservation, or apology. You were not brought into existence to wander without direction or purpose. Move with deliberate intention and clear focus. When divine understanding guides circumstances, even what appears to be a mistake can be woven into a beneficial outcome. Have you noticed how people feel naturally drawn to you? How strangers often share their deepest concerns with you? How your words tend to remain with them long after conversations end? This is not merely your personality or natural charisma. This is the divine purpose flowing through you. You were sent to touch hearts and transform lives. Simply by being present and authentic, you change the spiritual atmosphere around you. People feel truly seen, heard, comforted, and stirred when you are near. The challenge of carrying light. Sometimes this divine influence causes others to react negatively toward you, because you carry light and reflect truth in ways that make them uncomfortable. You remind those around you of things they prefer to keep hidden within themselves. This kind of spiritual influence is rare and powerful. Do not mistake spiritual weariness for personal weakness. You feel weary not because you are empty or inadequate, but because you carry much spiritual weight and responsibility. You have absorbed the burdens of others, because your inner self was designed for service and meaningful impact. Welcome this part of yourself that naturally draws people, but steward it wisely. Speak when prompted by divine leading, seek rest when your spirit requires it, and hold firmly to this truth. Wherever you are, divine truth is made manifest through your presence. Divine warning and protection. You have experienced significant losses, connections you valued deeply, opportunities you believed were essential, parts of yourself you thought were gone forever. But you must hear this clearly. Nothing occurred without divine purpose. Not one tear you shed, not one moment that passed, even when everything seemed lost. Now, give your complete attention to what follows. What I am about to convey is not merely encouragement, but a serious warning. You have been guided to this moment because spiritual danger is forming around you, and you must perceive its reality clearly. There is a trap being set before you, appearing as a beneficial opportunity, a meaningful connection, an achievement, or a sense of security. But it does not originate from divine will. It is deception, a spiritual snare designed to ensnare you. If you are not watchful, if you are not firmly centered in divine truth, you will walk directly into this trap. The ways of this world constantly attempt to pull you away from your true path, to slow your progress, and to divert you from the course set for you. But divine warning is being raised to alert you. Be fully aware and spiritually vigilant. Step away from what appears attractive, but feels spiritually unsettling. Act with wisdom and discernment. This moment carries crucial importance. Recognizing spiritual deception. Every unsettling feeling you have experienced, the unease, the inner pressure, the sense that something was not quite right, these are all confirmations of spiritual truth. Your instincts are not wrong. You are receiving spiritual warnings designed to protect you. The forces opposing divine will do not target what lacks value, and you are of immense value in divine sight. But to step fully into your intended purpose, you must break free from this carefully crafted deception. That seemingly beneficial connection, that appealing suggestion, that false sense of peace and security. Recognize these as elements of a spiritual trap designed to delay or derail your progress. Time is of critical importance. Listen carefully to these words of warning. What appears to be a gift or opportunity right now could actually be a trap set by opposing spiritual forces, cleverly hidden from obvious detection. The intention in sharing this warning is not to create fear or paranoia, but to awaken you to complete spiritual awareness and discernment. The subtlety of spiritual warfare. Many people are currently pursuing appealing opportunities, quick connections, and what seems like divine approval without realizing they are stepping into spiritual danger and compromise. This warning is clear and direct. Step away immediately from what feels wrong in your spirit. This is not a gentle suggestion but a strong declaration, because the spiritual deception is so skillfully crafted that even those with spiritual understanding might be deceived. The enemy of your soul does not appear obviously evil or threatening. He comes disguised as the very thing you have been asking and hoping for. He presents the work opportunity you have desired, the relationship you have prayed for, the spiritual guide whose words seem perfectly aligned with your needs. But hidden within these apparently good things lie concealed agendas, veiled purposes, and spiritual entanglements that will limit your freedom and effectiveness. What is being presented to you is not a gift from divine love. It is something designed to lure you into spiritual bondage and restriction. The importance of spiritual discernment. While the world might interpret this as sudden progress or breakthrough, divine perspective sees it as a moment requiring clear spiritual discernment. Only those whose spirits are truly watchful will understand the difference between genuine divine opportunity and clever counterfeit. This is the time to pause and listen deeply to the quiet guidance placed within your spirit. This warning is not simply about avoiding danger. It is drawing you into deeper understanding and a place of spiritual safety. Do not rush to accept every opportunity that appears. Do not be quick to enter every path that seems open. Some paths lead to spiritual restriction and compromise. Some apparent gifts are spiritual traps disguised to appear beneficial. If you have felt inner unease about certain situations or opportunities, understand that this is not fear, but sacred caution. Divine protection is active, safeguarding you before you risk what is being built within your life. Testing the source. You have asked for divine guidance, clear direction, and unmistakable signs. Suddenly, opportunities seem to appear. Proposals gain attention, doors seem to open. But understand this truth without any doubt. Not every sudden opportunity is a sign from divine will. Not every path that appears quickly is one that has been prepared for you. Sometimes opportunities will feel right and seem like answers to prayer, but they do not originate from divine love at all. Opposing spiritual forces recognize that you have been patient and faithful, that you have waited through seasons of difficulty and seeming silence. These forces want to exploit your deep desire for breakthrough, turning it into desperate urgency, because a heart that feels desperate is easily misled and manipulated. They will present something that appears to end your difficult season, when in truth, it is designed to prolong and complicate it. The clear instruction is this: remain still and seek divine confirmation. If divine presence is not clearly evident in an opportunity, then you should not be involved with it either. Your value creates opposition. You are specifically targeted because of who you are in divine sight, because of the value and purpose placed upon your life. You are not just anyone. You carry significant spiritual weight and potential. The enemy is not merely trying to distract you temporarily. His goal is to divert your entire life's trajectory away from its true course and ultimate impact. Do not be deceived by attractive presentations. Do not make agreements that compromise your spiritual integrity simply because something appears to represent forward movement. How can I make use of this wise man? Give this book as a gift. It will open up a new vault of meditation. Some steps that seem like advancement are actually steps backward in disguise. Divine will is still preparing what is authentically meant for you. When genuine opportunity arrives, it will not bring feelings of strain, pressure, or urgency. It will bring deep peace to your heart and spirit. Recognizing false light. At this moment, opposing forces are appearing as if they bring illumination and truth. They present themselves in ways that seem loving, sound truthful, and feel supportive and encouraging. But this is not genuine spiritual guidance. It is control and manipulation hidden behind a deceptive mask. Understand that not every spiritual voice you encounter is sacred or originates from divine truth. It is crucial to recognize that not every individual who presents themselves as a companion or helper is someone divinely appointed for your life. Opposition does not always tempt you with obvious sin or moral compromise. Instead, it may attempt to attract you through things that appear good and honorable, but are built on foundations of pride, deception, or spiritual compromise. When certain possibilities appear inviting and full of potential, yet you sense inner disturbance or unease, pay careful attention to that spiritual signal. That feeling is a divine message, a gentle warning placed within your heart for your protection. Guarding your resources. There may be offers of prominence, new relationships, or material prosperity presenting themselves. But pursuing these things can sometimes cloud your spiritual vision, making it difficult to recognize true divine direction. Learn to tune into that quiet awareness deep within your spirit. It speaks softly when the external world becomes loud and demanding. That inner voice is divine presence, guiding you away from paths that would diminish your spiritual strength and clarity. Be extremely careful about whose counsel and advice you accept during this season. Not everyone who offers instruction is sent by divine will. Not all guidance shared is led by divine spirit. Not every hand extended to you genuinely seeks your highest good and welfare. Some are reaching out to draw you away from the path specifically set for your life. Your spiritual adversary is cunning and strategic. He may not necessarily want to stop you completely from moving forward. His goal is to shift your course just enough so that you miss fulfilling the true purpose held for you. Divine protection through closed doors. Remain watchful and spiritually alert. This is a season requiring sacred care and wisdom. This is not the time to commit your resources, finances, energy, or spiritual openness to matters that have not been divinely sanctioned. The legend says, "If a man fails, cleanse at will." A divine restraint has been placed on certain forward movements in your life. Every door that is not opening for you currently is not a sign of divine rejection or delay. It is divine protection surrounding you. Any refusal or closed opportunity you encounter during this period serves as divine safeguarding between you and potential spiritual or practical trouble. You deliver this message. Do not attempt to force your way through closed doors. Do not strive to take steps forward through your own effort and determination. Do not act impulsively simply because the world around you seems to be moving rapidly. Right now, many people are being drawn into commitments, emotionally, financially, and spiritually, that have not been divinely approved or sanctioned. The wisdom of divine timing. Opportunities may appear to be once-in-a-lifetime chances, but if divine release has not been given, they are not meant for you at this time. If you proceed without clear divine direction, you risk entering into situations that will demand more from you than you can truly afford to give. Your spiritual adversary depends on you acting through sudden impulses and emotional reactions, but divine training is developing within you the strength of patience and discernment. This period of waiting is not punishment or divine displeasure. It is strategic positioning. You are being kept in a place of safety because the nature of spiritual warfare is shifting and intensifying. You may not perceive it yet, but behind the visible circumstances, hidden things are being brought into the light. True motives are being revealed. Those who have concealed themselves as opponents or false friends are being exposed. If you remain where divine will has positioned you, you will be secure from what is about to be revealed and unravel around you. The hidden battle. The arena of spiritual struggle is no longer only in the broader world or obvious external challenges. It often exists within the relationships closest to you, in subtle influences and seemingly innocent interactions. You are not being tempted primarily with clear moral compromise anymore. Instead, you are being redirected through partial truths, familiar voices you trust, and offers that feel emotionally right but are spiritually hazardous. This represents warfare in disguise, and your adversary has become highly skilled in these subtle methods of deception and misdirection. That new person who seems like a divine connection, that message promising you visibility and platform, that individual who suddenly wants to collaborate with you. Many of these are not connections divinely arranged for your benefit. They are assignments from opposing forces, designed to entangle your spirit in unhealthy dependence on others, in confusion and uncertainty, and in spiritual compromise. Discerning true from false. If you are not firmly established in spiritual discernment, you will mistake outward pleasantness for inner truth. You will confuse simple human connection with the true divine calling placed upon your life. Some individuals are not sent by divine will to help you. They are sent with the intent to observe you closely, to imitate and copy what you do, and to gradually drain your spiritual strength and energy. Do not ignore that feeling of unease within your spirit when certain people or situations arise. When divine warning impresses upon you that something is not safe or beneficial, trust that inner knowing completely. Even if there is no outward evidence of danger yet, divine spirit within you is providing early signals of caution and protection. There are hidden spiritual dangers in conversations that appear innocent and supportive. There are spiritual drains concealed in places and relationships that appear holy and beneficial. Simply because someone speaks divine names or uses spiritual language does not mean they are acting on behalf of divine will. Divine isolation for protection. This is a time when clear instruction is being given. Guard your inner being, your spiritual ears and eyes, your heart and spirit. Your future depends on the strength of the boundaries you establish and maintain now. You are not losing genuine friendships or missing important connections. Divine will is removing the noise and confusion that prevents you from hearing clearly. You are not being overlooked or abandoned. You are being kept secure and set apart for a sacred purpose. In this period, it may feel as though you are alone, forgotten by others, or invisible in social circles. But do not misunderstand this quietness or isolation. It is not rejection or punishment. It is divine protection surrounding you completely. You are being kept covered from spiritual attacks you cannot even perceive, and from those who may be plotting against your success without your knowledge. Altogether, may I support you in successfully containing your evil right now? When divine will sets you apart from crowds and constant social interaction, it is because the voices of others are too loud for you to hear the divine whisper clearly. Preparation in solitude. The goal is to align your spirit perfectly with divine truth and purpose. If you remain in places or with people who are no longer in harmony with your next season of growth, you will begin to compromise your own ability to discern truth simply to maintain social peace and comfort. The stillness surrounding you does not indicate divine distance or absence. It is a signal of intimate divine nearness. Right now, wisdom and strategy are being shared with you that cannot be received in noisy, crowded environments. Allow others to voice their opinions and misunderstand your current season. Allow them to question your choices and direction. Divine will did not give them the blueprint for your life. They do not need to approve what has already been purposed for your future. This time of being set apart is sacred and necessary. Do not attempt to rush back into public visibility or social engagement when divine command is for rest, renewal, and preparation. You are not forgotten or sidelined. You are being prepared in private for a public purpose that others will not anticipate or expect. Recognizing divine versus demonic urgency. Be extremely cautious about any overwhelming sense of urgency or pressure. That feeling of your heart racing, that internal pressure to move immediately, that voice insisting, act now or this opportunity will be lost forever. That urgency does not originate from divine will. That pressure is your spiritual adversary at work. Urgency and frantic haste represent his primary traps and snares. Divine will never rushes you into decisions your spirit has not confirmed with deep peace. Divine guidance operates through calm certainty and settled confidence. The deceiver pushes you through fear, panic, and artificial time constraints. It is easy during seasons like this for many people to become caught up in emotions that mislead them, causing them to believe they are making progress when they are actually stepping away from their true path. When a loud, pressing urge drowns out the gentle knowing placed within you by divine spirit, you are heading toward trouble and potential harm. Do not follow that urgent, demanding push. If you feel a deep disturbance within your spirit, recognize that as divine instruction to pause, to halt your forward movement completely. The peace of divine timing. That insistent, demanding pressure does not come from divine love. It originates from the one who wishes you spiritual and practical harm, who wants to disrupt what divine will is accomplishing in your life. But you are learning to trust divine guidance with your steps, not to rush forward in fear or desperation. Divine instruction is being spoken very clearly. Simply wait. Remain calm and centered. Divine work is still in progress. You can see only a small piece of what is happening, but divine will holds the entire design and plan. Moving ahead of divine timing means entering something that might appear acceptable on the surface, but contains hidden elements that will damage your spiritual well-being. Divine preparation is actively making the way before you. What is being built within you during this quiet season is far more valuable than anything the external world can offer or promise. The value of patient waiting. Waiting for divine timing is not passive inactivity. It is remaining sensitive and responsive to the moment when divine will says, move forward. There is a profound difference between simply taking action and moving when you are being divinely propelled forward. Divine will is preparing you for the good things planned for your future, just as much as those things are being prepared for you. Receiving something too early can feel overwhelming and burdensome. But when you wait for the divine signal, you will step into your destiny with confidence, security, and inner strength. This season of waiting feels difficult because it appears that everyone else is advancing while you seem to be standing still. But remember this essential truth. This quiet time is not divine rejection or delay. It is careful, purposeful positioning of circumstances for your ultimate benefit. When the right moment arrives, everything will become clear and obvious. You will feel a deep sense of rightness, and peace will fill your heart completely. When genuine divine opportunity presents itself, you will not have to push, struggle, or force outcomes. You will recognize it as originating from divine love, because it will not drain your energy or require you to compromise your authentic self to maintain it. The coming breakthrough. You have navigated seasons of uncertainty, confusion, internal struggle, and spiritual weariness, but divine will is about to sweep all of that away completely. A deeper knowing is opening within you, a sacred space of understanding where things that have confused you will suddenly make perfect sense. Your unanswered questions will find quiet resolution, coming directly from divine revelation. Your internal struggles will dissolve into deep, calm certainty. This is not merely intellectual knowledge or information. This is sacred, experiential understanding that transforms your entire perspective. You are about to understand why circumstances changed in your life, why certain people departed from your journey, why specific burdens felt so impossibly heavy. You are about to receive understanding that no teaching or human counsel could provide, because it flows directly from intimate communion with divine love. Prepare yourself to perceive life with completely new eyes, to feel with fresh clarity, and to view existence from divine perspective. The clearing of confusion. You are not lost or forgotten. You are in the process of awakening to spiritual truth. The fog of confusion is clearing from your mind and spirit. What felt like silence or absence was actually divine truth being spoken into the deepest places of your being. When this deeper knowing fully opens within you, you will act with such precise purpose that your choices will create impact both in your visible life and in spiritual realms you cannot see. This is what occurs when you trust divine will with timing and outcomes. The transformation happening is not only external circumstances. The divine will is elevating your entire spiritual condition and awareness. Divine will is elevating conditions and awareness. Divine will is elevating conditions. All those sleepless nights, wrestling with questions, all those prayers that seemed unanswered. Every moment you doubted your own worth, your calling, your ability to hear divine voice. All of this is about to be resolved with perfect clarity. The change approaching is not only around you, but within you. It affects your heart, your spirit, your deepest emotional and spiritual core. This transformation is deeply personal and intimate. Feeling of deep longings. Divine attention is turning toward that quiet longing deep within your soul. You believed you had been overlooked or forgotten. You thought your time of opportunity had passed permanently. You interpreted painful experiences as divine punishment or displeasure. But the understanding that is approaching will reveal the truth. You were not being dismantled or destroyed. You were being reconstructed with greater strength and resilience. The tears you shed served a profound purpose. They were part of the process for something eternal and lasting to emerge from your life. Now the season for receiving divine gifts is drawing near. Understanding is approaching. Wholeness and completion are within reach. When this transformation arrives, It will bring everything into perfect alignment. Your path forward, your true identity, your purpose for existing, all will become crystal clear. You will no longer need to explain or justify yourself to others. People will recognize the divine favor resting upon you, the growth you have experienced, the quiet strength evident in your words and presence. You will finally know with absolute certainty that nothing in your journey was wasted or meaningless. Every experience was preparing you for a moment so significant it will answer every question you have ever carried. Reframing your perspective. Stop describing this season as delay or stagnation. Stop declaring that you are being held back from your purpose. Divine ways are purposeful and strategic, never slow or inefficient. What you are experiencing now is not punishment or divine displeasure. It is precise positioning where you need to be for what is coming next. Divine work operates with deep intention, never by accident or random chance. Every moment that feels like nothing is changing is actually moving spiritual realities you cannot perceive. You are not running behind schedule or missing divine timing. You are being strengthened gradually and systematically. When everything falls into place according to divine design, forward movement will occur faster than you can anticipate or imagine. Divine knowledge of your future. The person you are becoming is already known to divine love. The impact you will create in the future is already understood completely. This is precisely why careful time is being taken in your preparation. If you had received your calling too early, it would have been overwhelming and potentially destructive. So, your capacity is being increased during seasons when no one is watching or measuring your progress. You are learning to trust divine will, even when you cannot see immediate results. To honor divine love without requiring constant proof. And to wait patiently without needing all the answers in advance. This kind of faith influences spiritual realms you cannot see. This quality of trust removes obstacles before they even manifest in your visible circumstances. Do not despise the apparent slowness of your progress. Learn to respect and value it. Divine timing is precise and purposeful. What appears to be stopping or pausing is actually intensive preparation and positioning. When divine command says, "Move forward," you will not merely walk into your destiny. You will stand strong with quiet power that comes from the journey, from being thoroughly prepared, and from learning to trust divine wisdom completely. Standing strong in quiet seasons. Remain strong and confident even when circumstances seem quiet or uneventful. You are not being held back from your purpose. You are being prepared for your divine mission and assignment. You have sensed that something was not aligned properly in certain relationships and situations. You could not explain it logically, but deep within your spirit you knew. There has been manipulation hidden behind kind words and expressions. Envy and jealousy disguised as support and encouragement. Some people in your circle were not positioned to help you rise to your potential, but to observe your progress and subtly hold you back from advancement. But do not allow this knowledge to create worry or anxiety within you. Divine will is about to expose every hidden motive and concealed agenda. Divine revelation of hidden things. Things being brought into the light are not intended to harm or devastate you. They are meant to protect you from further deception and manipulation. Divine perspective sees what you cannot see. Divine hearing perceives the words spoken when you are not present to hear them. Right now, divine light is exposing truth, pulling back what conceals reality, removing what covers people's faces, and shining illumination on what truly resides in people's hearts. This revelation serves to set you free from unhealthy connections and to position you for relationships that will genuinely support your divine calling and purpose. Some of the resistance you have encountered has not been external opposition to your success, but internal sabotage from those pretending to be your allies and supporters. Freedom through truth. As these hidden realities are exposed, you will experience a profound sense of freedom and clarity. You will understand why certain relationships felt draining or confusing. You will recognize why some opportunities never materialized, despite seeming promising. Divine protection was operating even when you could not perceive it, steering you away from people and situations that would have limited your growth or compromised your integrity. Now, as truth emerges, you will see clearly who has been genuinely supportive of your journey and who has been working against your best interests. This clarity will enable you to make wise decisions about future relationships and collaborations. Your authentic voice emerging. The season of questioning your own perceptions is ending. Your spiritual discernment has been accurate all along. The unease you felt in certain situations was divine warning, protecting you from deception. You are entering a time when your authentic voice will emerge with power and authority. No longer will you second-guess your spiritual insights or apologize for seeing truth that others prefer to ignore. Your calling is not to make everyone comfortable by compromising what you know to be true. Your purpose is to speak truth with love, to bring light into dark situations, and to stand firmly in the integrity divine will has developed within you. People will begin to seek your counsel and wisdom because they recognize the authenticity and spiritual depth you carry. Your words will carry unusual weight because they flow from genuine relationship with divine truth, the manifestation of divine glory. As you step fully into your authentic identity and calling, the glory that has always resided within you will become visible to others. This is not human glory or personal achievement. This is divine light, shining through a life fully surrendered to divine purpose. Circumstances that seemed impossible will shift in your favor. Doors that appeared permanently closed will open effortlessly. People who had written you off will suddenly recognize the value you carry. This is not about proving anything to anyone or gaining human approval. This is about divine will being glorified through a life completely aligned with its original design and intention. You will move with such quiet confidence and peaceful authority that your very presence will bring hope to the discouraged, clarity to the confused, and direction to the lost. Your eternal impact. The work you are called to accomplish extends far beyond your immediate circumstances or visible achievements. You are being prepared to influence spiritual atmospheres, to shift cultural narratives, and to leave a legacy that will impact generations you will never meet. This is why the preparation has been so thorough and sometimes difficult. This is why the testing has been so intense and the waiting so extended. What divine will is preparing to accomplish through your life requires a foundation that cannot be shaken by external pressure or temporary setbacks. Your influence will extend into realms you cannot currently imagine. Your voice will carry into situations you have not yet encountered. Your life will serve as evidence that divine love transforms ordinary existence into extraordinary purpose. The culmination of all things. Every moment of preparation, every season of waiting, every test of faith has been building toward this climactic season of your life. Nothing has been wasted or meaningless. Every experience has contributed to who you are becoming and the work you will accomplish. The pain has produced compassion. The waiting has developed patience. The testing has created unshakable faith. The isolation has deepened your relationship with divine love. The confusion has taught you to depend on divine wisdom rather than human understanding. Now, all of these qualities are converging into a powerful expression of divine purpose that will astound even you. You will look back on this season of preparation with profound gratitude, understanding that without it, you could never have carried what divine will is entrusting to you. The time of preparation is concluding. The season of manifestation is beginning. What has been hidden is about to be revealed. What has been promised is about to be fulfilled. Your moment has arrived. Your time is now. The world is waiting for what divine love has prepared to accomplish through your completely surrendered life. Rise up and step into the fullness of your divine destiny. The journey of a lifetime begins now.